Hello, blessed family. You're welcome once again to my YouTube channel. So, in today's video, I'll be showing you how I achieved the V-shaped neck bubu gown. It's a V-shaped neck bubu gown. So, the first thing I'm doing here is to iron my fabric out. I'm ironing it so that the fabric will lay properly before I cut it out. And the fabric is folded into four because it's bubu. There is no zipper at the back. I'll be cutting both the front and the back piece together. I folded my fabric in four, so that's it. I'm making sure it's laid properly. So the next thing I'll be doing here is to take my client's length measurement, the gown length measurement. I'm actually noting the gown length measurements. I'm working with the length measurement of 51 inches, and I'll be noting the 51 inches, and the other part of the fabric, I'll be using that as my allowance. I'll be folding it in. I won't be cutting anything away from the length. I'll be folding it in. All right. After taking my length allowance, my length measurements, the next thing for me to do is to start my measurement. At the center part, that is where the neck design will be, at the center fold. So here I'm trying to show you the design I'm making. I'm showing you the design I'm making. I think I'll put it up on the video for you to see what I'm actually making, because it's not so visible on the phone. Yeah, so I'll be attaching it on this video. Okay, that is what I'm making. So the first thing now for me to do is to take my neck design. I'll be cutting out the width of 3.5 inches. I'm using 3.5 inches for my width, and the depth for the back is I'm taking the depth of 2.5 for the back neck design. And I'll be noting my shoulder allowance. I'm working with shoulder measurement of 16 inches. I'm taking half of that, which is 8 inches. I'm noting my shoulder allowance as well. So on the shoulder, I will then take out my shoulder slope of 1 inch. I'll be taking the shoulder slope of 1 inch. Okay. So from the shoulder point allowance, from the shoulder measurements, from the 8 inches, I'll be taking my sleeve length. The sleeve length I'm working with is 12 inches. I'm noting 12 inches, and I think I've got 14 inches along, but I won't be cutting the 2 inches out. I'll be folding that in as well. So I've taken my shoulder slope of 1 inch, and on the shoulder slope line, I'll be taking my sleeve length. I'll be taking my sleeve length because it's a bubu gown. It's actually a free dress. I'll be using 12 inches from the shoulder slope line. I'll be noting 12 inches. I'm using 12 inches for my sleeve length for the sleeve. Yeah. So this will give it more room, and when the client wants to wear it, it will provide the it will make it roomy. Okay, so that's the 12 inches point I'm noting there, and on that 12 inches, I'll be taking the biggest circumference measurements on the client's body, which is the hip measurement. I'm taking the hip measurements all down, all the way down. I'll take the biggest circumference measurements on the bust area, the waist area, and all along to the hip and down to the end of the gown. All right, so having done that, I'm going to connect both lines. I'll make it into a straight line. After taking the biggest circumference measurement, I'll be adding extra 4 to 5 inches to it. You can add, if you want it, if you want your bubu to be, super big, you can add as long as much as 5 inches. But I think I used the extra 4 inches. I added extra 4 inches to mine. Okay, so I'll be connecting that to the sleeve area. I'll be making a little curve at that point. Then I'll be connecting both lines together. That is what I'm doing right there. I'm connecting it and making it into a straight line. I haven't connected, then I will cut out. So what I'm doing here basically is to trace out the shoulder slope all the way to the neck area. I'm tracing out the shoulder slope all the way to the neck area. So I'm bringing it closer to the camera so you'll be able to see all what I've done so far. So the next thing for me is to cut out. So I told you I'm not going to cut the extra piece away, so I made a little notch at that point, and on that part I'll be folding the extra piece at the gown length. I'll be folding it in. I also made a notch at my 12 inches sleeve that I wanted. Then I'll be folding as well the holder part in. All right. So the next thing for me to do now is to remove the back. We only cut out for the back neck. So I'll be removing one of the piece and I'll be leaving the other for the front to cut out for the front neck design. Yeah, that is me removing one of the piece there, and then I'll be placing the second one for the front one to cut out for the neck design. So my V-neck, I'll be using a depth of 8 inches. Achieving my V-neck, I'm using a depth of 8 inches for my V-neck. Okay, so I'm noting 8 inches there. So from the 8 inches point, I'll be connecting to the neck depth of the 3.5 neck depth that I cut out. So I'm connecting that. Then I'll be cutting out for the front neck design now. So I'll be cutting out, and for the design at the front, I'm using the black velvet fabric. So I'll be arranging the black velvet fabric just like so. Then I'll place it. The center part will align with the center part of my gown as well. So I'm placing it underneath the my fabric to cut out for the neck design, for the shape of my V-shape neck design. All right, so that is what I'm doing right there. So having done that, I'm going to bring out the fabric to cut out for shape. All right. So yeah, I'm setting the Ankara fabric aside to cut out the shape of the front design. I'll be cutting out the shape, the V shape as well. So I'll be using the whole of the length of the fabric because I don't have as much fabric there. So I'm using the whole of the length, which is about 13 inches. I'm using the whole of that length, and on that neck area I extended it to 5 inches. I extended it to 5 inches, so I'm connecting to the 13 inches length. So that is the design I want, that's the shape I want it to take. So I'll be cutting it out now. All right. So at this point, I'll be placing the black velvet material I cut out on the neck area just to show me how it's going to look like. Yeah. So a quick tip on how to fix that. You can hold it down because I want to use the material to turn the neck area. So I'll be sewing from the wrong side of the fabric. I'll be sewing it down from the wrong side of the fabric. So you can carefully hold it down with pin so that it's going to align at the center. It's going to give you that shape you wanted. Yeah. I sew mine from the wrong side. I carefully arranged it. I iron it down so that it's going to lay properly. And yeah, this is the outcome of the fabric. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.